My cousin gave me a mixtape, but he couldn't afford music, so he like basically like recorded from the radio. But they had this UK, this is in Trinidad, mind you, yeah. So we were both about like 11. So he had made a mixtape of new wave English songs from a station that used to play the top 100 UK songs.
Okay, wow.
And so he had like Rock the Casbah, he had Adam Ant,
okay,
he had all these things, and I was just amazed. And this was to him, like I made a copy of his tape.
Yeah.
He made a cover for it and everything. And for some reason in Trinidad, his identity was British new wave music.
Right.
And he kind of stood on that, and I realized like, wow, you could really assert your identity through this. And he was asserting his identity. He left Trinidad soon after that. Trinidad was too small for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, to some extent, as a kind of form of curation, is a lot of innocence, but a lot of genuineness. And also a way to present yourself and say, if you don't like this music, then you don't like me, and I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so it's very much a lightning rod to attract people who like similar things, but it's also a repulsion to say like, if you don't like this, stay the hell away from me. You know what I'm saying?
So it's almost like the mixtape as a vehicle to trailbase with.
Of course, it's your sonic CV.
Nice
it's
one.
like your sonic CV. You know what I'm saying?
What's a mixtape for you, Nick?
I mean, it's weird. I have so I still have my mixtapes, some of them.
And are they actual tapes?
Yeah, they're actual tapes. I was just thinking about when Roger was speaking is that, see, my family, or the generation behind me, their sonic sound was the record, vinyl. And we were kind of into that, but our sonic sound was the tape. When the Walkman and all that came in.
Yeah.
And I've lived in many different countries. So one of the countries I lived in was in Kenya. And when I was in Kenya, I was in a boarding school. And so I remember, but my dad was living in Saudi Arabia, my mum was living in England. So I would sometimes get music from here, but you get music when you're listening to the radio. The radio was much more of a big thing then. So you'd listen on the weekend for the top, like you said, the top 100.
Yeah.
My friend who used to also live in England, he would record all the best tracks. So he would have all that music as just a natural mixtape, and you're listening for your favorite song. You're trying to cut out the talking from the DJ. So he's getting all this stuff, right? So he has the latest music. But then when I was in Saudi Arabia, it was all about the bootlegs. So you'd have all the artists, but all their songs, but they're on bootleg cassettes. So what I would do, I would spend my weekends in boarding school splicing, like getting all this music that either I got from my dad or from my friend, and making these perfect, like this beat goes with that beat goes with this beat. Yeah. So, and literally, so you're trying to, you get either a 90 or a 45 cassette, and you're trying to fit in as many songs as you can. Like somebody goes, oh, I can get 6 on the side. You're like, what? I got 9, and you're using it right until the end, and then you're playing it so often the thing is breaking, and you're having to glue it back together. So and you make it for the people you love. So there was a girl I liked in boarding school. She got my first mixtape.
Okay, what was it called? Do you remember?
And then then at a point where like mixtapes was something like a particular mix, like Stone Love mixtapes, like Song from Jamaica. It's like getting those things. They were like, for some reason, it was like super valuable, and you couldn't get it. There was like a lack of access to it. But also with Stone Love mixtapes, you had the sense of there was a recording of a party that you were not at, and they're giving you the entire feel of everything that was said on the mic, everything that was played on the mic. So you have a feeling like, okay, I was there. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes like an oral record of an event that happened, as opposed to just choosing songs.
I mean, the other thing about it is my cousin is DJ Edu. Like I used to literally live with him in Kenya. When I was on the holidays when I was in boarding school, and he was a DJ from day dot. Like he would literally, we would play in the summer holidays, and then he would disappear. Right? He's the eldest of his in his family. He would disappear. He would always come back with these new sounds, and he always go to me, hey Nick, listen to this. Yeah. And it was just this amazing music that he would then it was like house and all of that stuff. He was mixing everything. So I think for me, the mixtape, there was mixtape for people you love, mixtape for what is relevant and what's going on. So it was a way of the society telling you that this is how we engage. And that, to me, I guess, because, hip hop is a culture. And I think for me, the mixtape is a way of recording that culture.
Yeah, that's interesting. And the idea of creating it you have to develop a craft, or you did at least, because you were trying to make it very carefully, but also that it then when it belonged to the community after that.
And also the idea of a mixtape is like, this is the best of the best in my mind.
Right. Yeah.
Say this is the best bits in my mind. This is the heights of my perception,